So, although I will say, guys, this composition is a lot better than the last game, because in this game, what happens is you have Twisted Fate, right? And so he has much more pick potential when you're playing him with a Talia, because the Talia and Twisted Fate ults, you get the, 2x globals. And you can fight more effectively in the bot lane with Nami Lucian. So this should be run more like a pick comp. So I have to say I am more of a fan of the Twisted Fate in this as opposed to the Twisted Fate with the Hui. This is all about Siege, guys. Siege and kiting. So we know JDG wins this game. Yeah, they also have the Talia into the Vi engage, which helps a lot. Shut it down.
But to go over drafts, assuming no shenaniganry comes through, that's too big of an
better engage with Rel too. Yes. Yes. Although you shouldn't really be engaging. Like, this is very much should be used as a pick composition. So, collapsing on side lanes, intercepting someone before they get to an objective, maintaining vision control. What do I think of Hui in pro play so far? He's pretty boring, honestly. Like, he's mostly just a poke champ. It's kind of boring.
They have so many opportunities to isolate you, to create numbers advantages, to play sides. There's a lot more tools at their disposal to pull BLG around the map. So I do think that this could be a slightly harder game for BLG, but at the same time, like, now on top of the ace in the hole, the Luxalt, you also have the QW coming from Hui as well.
This time means that this long-range composition will be able to hit. There's none of the crescent guard nonsense that we saw in one of the previous fights, down in the bottom side in the last game. And it is going to be the Nami as well for the side of JDG. In fact, Milio not even banned, just deciding to go for the Nami this time.
Yeah, my viewership over time, guys, is just like tipping more and more towards YouTube. Which has been true of last Free Nation content. Like 2/3 of our live viewership is now on YouTube for like our podcasts. There's typically 2 times as many people on YouTube as on Twitch watching. Just feels like YouTube is slowly starting to, it was always the better player and had better quality, but now it feels like people, maybe just old boomers that watch our content, don't care so much about chatting.
Right now, having pressure in 2 lanes for BLG. I mean, Play, we're expecting to see it getting probably on a lot of these matchups. Spot lane as well. Nice.
No, he's fine.
Remember, Yagao was able to get a lot of damage down to start this matchup.
Now here we go. The siege happening already. Same thing as we saw last game. 3rd wave crash. Jun on the invade. This is very typical play from BLG. Bot pressure and Dejun invading bot side. Smith PW, thank you for your 17 months of tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. I do need to open up memberships on YouTube, guys. Still here and still. As an old boomer, doesn't care about chatting. Nailed it. Lamau, also fuck Twitch. Yeah. I do need to figure out the memberships thing on YouTube, because people have mentioned that they do want the memberships. So let me see what I can do about that for you guys to make it worth your while. I have not opened them yet.
The Gromp fully resets in the end. Oh, not quite fully. Kanavi manages to stop it. And Shun will just have to settle for the Scuttlecrabbers consolation prize.
Yeah, big difference maker there being the fact that Yagao got forced back first means that he reset first and TP'd onto the map. So BLG knowing they have to back off because
Monty not maximizing profit. I have you, Jerky's minion. You're my profit maximization tool. You're very generous. Nah, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Flick back onto Knight here. As able to trade reasonably well. The shield actually coming out. A bit more damage to follow. So Yagao doing a little bit better in the matchup. matchup now that he's been able to head back to base and rejoin the action. Shun moving back into this bottom side once again as we could potentially have a dive. Elk looking for a second plate already. Ruler chunked heavily. Feel like with the Nami here, slightly less sustained, but slightly more damage for Ruler.
Yeah, looks like not going to commit to this in the end. If they would have, I mean, JDG don't have any TPs to work with on any of their other soul laners.
See if they can get the dive going. Root goes wide, and Kanavi is behind Elk, forcing the flash on alone here.
I like how there's a guy whose name is Steph Curry Sim who is arguing about perks apologists. How about Steph Curry, dude? All right, so force to flash bubble. Kanavi coming in. Jun actually wastes Q. What the fuck? He doesn't. He has no Q now, so he just dies. He Q'd the wall. Wah wah wah. At what point do you think you just made? I'm just messing with you, man. Perks apologists are annoying.
His former dual laner and Elk there making the flash have to come through. That could have been 2 kills going over to JDG.
As somebody who loves perks, like it hasn't been great this year, guys. He was better than people said last year, but he's been bad this year.
Unfortunately, can't quite finish the job. Needed to be able to hit those and get the Q3.
Now gonna get the replay here again. Keep your eye on missing. Great bubble. Forced out from Elk and then Shun. Q ends up going a little bit haywire, which sets up for the turn. Even if he landed it, probably would have been possible for them to take Shun down here. And not only the kill, but the red buff there for Ruler.
All right, Shun moves up, goes for these grubs, gets 2 of them, but Kanavi's here, and with no smite, Shun is just going to sack it off and allow Kanavi to get the other one. So 2 for 1 on the grubs. Shun moves back in for the Scuttle Crab as his laners return to the map once again. Yagao level 6, and you talked about the pick potential of Flandre and Yagao on the TF and the Talia. BLG have got to be quivering in their boots at this level 6 mark.
Yeah, seriously, like
I'm not sure they're quivering in their boots. They're just kind of staying back and making sure they're not being dove here. It's good instincts, right? You see the Talia motion down. You immediately start checking bushes to see if Rel is there for a possible dive. Nice invade from Kanavi on this side. You know, Kanavi is able to get into the bot side, get some wards up, and instill the fear of God into Caitlyn Lux. And this is what you need. Like, you just need them to be scared and under the turret so they're not taking all your plates. And then transitioning like an early turret into mid lane pressure. So this is really, really good, I think, for JDG.
Yeah, won't be able to siege quite as effectively, although they didn't really get much chance to use those mites in the previous game.
I came here to apologize to Monty. I thought you were a bit unfair to KT, but you were absolutely right. When will you guys learn? They hated Monty because he told them the truth. I told you they were frauds.
Gets out of there. I think the difference makers, I don't think Shun's Q hit right. Q flash gets in range, but doesn't connect.
You say you're apologizing, but you're not apologizing with subscriptions, which is the only way we can know if an apology is real. Zedicus Darkrider, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. As a true KT fan, I shall never not support KT, but I also know they are frauds and will let me down. Yes, that is the KT experience. I like that quote. Overwatch will kill LOL. A quote I never said. Yes, a quote I never said.
I wonder if Bin's just gonna go for a reset here.
Fave Overwatch player. Fissure.
So I think in the end, incredibly
Prophet.
for BLG to go the 1-for-1 there because you're just letting Bin get even further ahead and trying to get to that point where Flandre won't be a nuisance to him and he can just ignore him in this 1v1.
Yeah, no ult for Flandre, so he's going to have to do the walk shame back.
Again, I get it. At the end of the day, it does go in favor of BLG, but it's just sad.
Pine.
Attempts to try to kill Flandre with no losses, and the best they have to go for is
Jun is struggling this game, guys. I love Jun, but like he was fucking bad in their loss to IG, and like he's had some. Like, the early game of this one has been a little wacky. Jonak, oh yeah, dude, Jonak, so good.
Already picked up the Iceborne Gauntlet, so he is feeling completely fine with how things have gotten. I mean, if you would screenshot this and show the fact that the Cassante is the one who's taking 2 plates, I think a lot of people would be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, not the way you'd anticipate this.
Did owl failures hold back the whole industry, in my opinion? No. Like, its collapse has nothing to do with, you know, LCS declining in viewership. You know what I mean? Like, it just because OWL existed didn't mean that Riot had to create franchise leagues. You know, if OWL hasn't existed, there would have still been massive venture capital in the space, guys, because what people were hyped on was the explosive growth of esports in general. Like, Overwatch League capitalized on that growth, but that growth was because of Counter-Strike and, you know, League of Legends and other titles doing super well and seeing huge increases in viewership from like 2011, you know, through 2016. So the flux of venture capital was going to come in regardless of whether Overwatch League existed or not. Like, it sucks that it collapsed, but it may have killed media rights deals. But I feel like that was going to happen regardless. Like, somebody was going to get the big media rights deal, and then it wasn't going to make a return on Twitch, and then that would have been it. So I honestly think that things for the industry probably wouldn't have played out any, like, not very differently, at least. Because, like, Riot would have gotten that media rights deal if Overwatch League didn't get it, right? Somebody was going to get it. All right, let's take a look at this again. Important fight in this game. Knight is Hui, who has no mobility, just getting caught out here. And, I mean, yeah, there is no damage here from BLG. And Ruler is playing Lucian in a skirmish early on. I don't even know what Knight's trying to do here. Like, he's trying to come in here and harass Kanavi, but Kanavi gets out. Then he gets flipped around. Then he checks the brush, walks back up, and then he's like, I bet that Talia that was just here isn't here anymore. So he gets hit by a Q, then another Q. Then he has to flash a W. He gets stunned, and he dies. I mean, it's a nice bubble. Also, hugely nice bubble here. Into culling. The Caitlyn Lux has been completely stalled out. When Caitlyn Lux lose like this, guys, the game is basically over. Flandre died to Cassante in the top side. What happened? I mean, he doesn't even have his ult up, so he wasn't trying to ult. He just gets all in. I like how Bin doesn't even have to use his ultimate. Oh, he uses it eventually? Oh, he did use it. Okay.
As we can see, Flandre ended up going down in the 1v1. I mean, that's why those previous plays towards topside were worth it. Now having that Iceborne Gauntlet, now what he's able to do in in the 1v1. We're gonna see exactly.
All right, so he sees red card go out, and that's when he goes in. So he sees red card, and he immediately makes a play. Because even if he gets hit by gold or red card here, this is actually very well played by Bin. So Bin knows that if he gets hit by this, as long as he's already dashing, he's unstoppable. So he can create the all-in play. And he has R3. So even the step up is super dangerous by Flandre. And then he's just going to dash all over his face. Gold card. Flandre disrespects him. He's not going to... If Flandre just runs, he lives, by the way. That was terrible by Flandre. Like, he literally gold... He could leave. Leave. No, he walks back up. What the fuck? He actually just commits suicide.
Keeps him there a little bit longer than maybe he should have. Maybe would have still gone down in the end since he didn't have his flash up, so... He's trying to get a bit of a...
No, he was not going to die. He could have just walked away. Q? Yeah, he's in. Yep, that is 4 points into Q cooldown right there.
Wherever Flandre's going to be. Fantastic stuff. And TP down bot from Bin to protect the tower. Great bit of macro out from BLG.
Yeah, exactly right. Now going to have 5 mice for themselves, assuming they finish off all 3, which is really going to do a lot for a Caitlyn. But this Bin managed to get through this. I mean, he's full enough, so even if trading came through, probably no play can come out. But Kanavi is heading down.
I don't know if they can dive him, honestly. I'm kind of scared of Bin at this point. You're all doing...
I'm doing great, Crankless. How are you?
Looks like he's just going to go try and find Kanavi a little bit. Doesn't want to risk the potential of the dive.
I guess it makes sense. Now we can see a gal moving down, remembering the Weaver's Wall, the Destiny, all these things that are always going to be there. But Flandre is not even...
Yeah, Flandre's been pretty good overall. He's having a bad series right now, but he hasn't been good. Or he has been pretty good overall. Missed your casting for the longest time, Squidfish. Wasn't much into your podcast content. This content of bangers only is my favorite of yours. Oh, well, good. I'm glad we can... There's enough Monty for everybody. There's 6 podcasts of Monty. There's Monty streaming. There's Monty's videos, power rankings. There's so much Monty. There is more Monty in League of Legends than there ever has been before. 6 days a week of streaming.
To be able to kind of equalize the bleeding that's happening topside with how much Ruler's getting free down here in bot. JDG also going to be able to use this to make their way to the second trade. So overall doing a nice job keeping competitive despite some of the flashier plays that we've seen from BLG side. I mean, look at Ruler and Yagao, 2-0-1, 3-0-1. Both of them
R. Farley, dude, thank you for your tier 1 sub again. 5 months of service to the Monty. Thought you might like to know that my first date tonight was with this woman that plays Watches League. That she has 4% increased chance with me. A joke nod to LCS viewership, I explained to her, and she died laughing and mentioned you are a great caster and loves your content, always. Oh, that's sick, man. I'm glad your date went well. That's hilarious.
While he's behind LCS, like, he's still going to build items. He'll still be a threat to the side lane, and he'll still be able to set up picks later on.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Glad you had a good time. Crankless, thank you for your sub as well. Appreciate you guys.
Knight flashing the dragon, and then all the BLG being like, yo, we gotta protect Knight. It feels like if those didn't come through, maybe it'd be a different situation, but with those mishaps, it's allowed JDG to win out. It feels like slightly harder than BLG maybe.
I'm sad her chances only increased by 4% with you. I would have hoped it would have been more. And hopefully your chances weren't fraudulent like the LCS numbers.
And not only is he incredibly ahead this game in a way that he wasn't able to be last game.
I hope that her chance, you know, you're not just saying that her chances increased 4%, but actually, you know, her non-North American chances are down by like 30%.
Like we said last year, this kind of new rivalry that really defined LPL in 2023 was completely won by JDG. 8 series won against BLG.
Maybe you need to call it Baiano and Cadril. Yeah, can you call it Baiano to get some Brazilians in there? Sounds really bad in the context of a date.
They're desperate for the win here. And do you know, it's funny, isn't it, to see this be the rivalry when BLG
Let's get that Brazilian bump, you know?
never even made a finals. This roster, you know, pieces picked up from all over. A couple of members from Suning, Shun coming over from IG, Yagao previously on JDG joined over and now has rejoined JDG.
Banger atmosphere. We try. We got a good thing going here, guys.
Feels like a roster that, you know, I'm never really sure quite how this roster happened. It didn't seem like a roster when BLG first put it together of like, this is going to be a world-dominating roster. But last year just worked out beautifully for them, and now they're a contender. Now they're a name. Now people know who BLG are.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, now most people have.
So they've had to transition the Caitlyn Lux into the mid lane without even taking a turret, and far fewer plates this game. So there's a lot more hope for JDG, right? They have better peel as well for the Lucian, because if BLG goes in, then you can always tidal wave with the Nami. Like, yeah, the Milio offers the increased range and the ability to stop the crowd control, but also the lack of Talia is pretty huge here for the Lucian's ability just to walk up and get some damage down.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't the other side of the match what I'm talking about.
He won the side of the matchup all year long.
Yeah, if BLG wins, it'll be a sleepless night for Yagao, that's for sure. Losing both sides of the matchup. But then, historically, Knight sort of has had the best of this mid lane matchup.
43 wins to 23 losses. And again, that's not counting like Demacia Cup or NEST.
Knight trying to find an opportunity.
Nice.
Forces the flash. The more comes in. The spiraling despair was headed towards Flandre, so good respect to use that summoner preemptively.
And now we're at a point, right, where BLG, it's all about setting up these sieges.
What is Vampeta?
Seems they're kind of fine.
What is what do you guys? What is that?
How far forward Knight is willing to play? Because in a time like this, where like Yao's not showing on the map, theoretically he can just gank top and then get TP to go back to catch the wave pot, right?
Oh, he's a
like that available because of the
soccer guy.
BLG is drafted.
I don't know what reference that is. Whatever.
Cheeky little trade from Royal there. He dashes forward, throws his W out, gets the move speed, dashes away. Elk is like, well, he didn't get any of his damage down. Oh my days! There you go, there's the damage.
Oh, Brazilians post him naked at people. He's the guy they post naked. Oh, yes. By the way, the least gay thing to do is to post nude pictures of dudes at other people. That will surely show everyone that you are not gay. What is that logic?
Still, a lot of votes down inside of BLG after these plays.
Brazilian social media is fucking wild, man. I don't get it. Thank you, Kamari Masita, with your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, like they literally just like save pictures of naked men on their computers and constantly look at them while posting them on the internet and think that that's not the gay thing to do. What is that?
Damage down on the mid turret, but I mean, we saw how strong JDG were in that last exchange. Just a ruler on the two items, like you said, rapid fire was picked up, having Minami to enable him even more, and just all the globals that can come through. Flandre already, Flandre making his way over now. The Destiny, you have the wall there.
And those are the picks that you actually want to make with this composition, guys. This is a great example. Right? This is a great example. Ruler's able to get a culling off. This is how you want to play this, right? He's safe. He's got people peeling for him right here. Jun can't go in because he will die, right? You've got CC for the end of his ult. Then you notice somebody is out of position with the Twisted Fatal. You immediately Talia in and kill him. This is how this composition needs to be played.
You mentioned the mountain rift, the rock in the way, and then Talia just throws an entire wall of rock alongside it. There's nowhere to go there. On even had his flash, I think, but
yeah,
rightly realizing that there was no way out of that one. Elk will be able to finish this tower very easily. Playing with the Caitlyn, so much range to work with. And now they maybe move down to this bottom side. Typically with the Caitlyn, you do want to just finish off all of these tier 1s. And Shun moving in, trying to clear some vision. Baron spawning on...
I'm a big fan of the Talia TF combo. I think it's great.
Flandre has reset, so Shun's attempt to gank him for the 17th time this game, unfortunately, will not work out.
I'm still just really surprised that we're not seeing JDG try to answer some of these plays while Yagao has TP. Because that's kind of the time that, like I said, you are allowed to answer because he always can go back. A Flandre. Oof.
Okay, binding lands, laser lands in. They go absolutely everything at the kitchen sink. Thrown at Flandre. The poor dude just wants to play a game of League of Legends, man. Let him play.
I was going to say, I hope no one out there is blaming Flandre for this game because what? Everything's being thrown at him. No support. Give in.
Bit of damage onto missing. Knight goes wide on the ultimate, though, and been able to keep himself safe once again with the W.
I think the issue is, though, that, you know, the TF is so weak this game that while he's good at helping set up picks with gold card, he can't side lane for shit.
The BLG have right now, or at least the sum of the control. Maintain.
I mean, he's got a fucking static shiv, and that's it at 21 minutes into this game. Feels bad.
Volcanic Return coming out for Bin now. Really going to help against the damage that Yao's putting out, but not going to help against Ruler getting any bigger. Neither team really overexerting themselves. Again, I feel like JDG are the ones who Shun's making his way over to reinforce Knight now.
He's coming back. The blue ward comes out. You can hear the crowd as soon as they start to go towards Flandre again. Everyone in the crowd is like, come on, man. Don't do it to him. Oh, dear.
Yeah,
Poor Flandre.
man takes a year off, comes back to this sort of treatment. A legend of the LPL. You know, you think of Snake Flandre, you think of the crazy things. You think Azir top, the Malzahar top. Like, yeah, world champion. You think of the Graves that year? Like,
Yeah.
where's the respect?
He's really worked a name for himself on these AD carries, hasn't he? Graves top, St. Gunbro with the Lucian. Now he's
It's crazy that he did it.
terribly in game number 1. Well, not terribly, but didn't really work out for them in game number 1. Still brings it back. Still confident that the pick is good. And I mean, we've all seen the numbers it's pulling in solo queue. The pick is terrifying. But I like the response that we've had.
It's one of those picks that I feel like is like both harder and easier in pro play. Easier in the sense you can coordinate, again, that global to really make use of plays on the map, but it can just easily get camped like this in the top lane when the lane is so long. But JDG still haven't really fully used the tools they have at their disposal just yet. Ruler! Just gonna take a bit of damage.
He's fine. I think Kanavi and Missing are playing around Ruler much better this game. This is some good adaptation that we've seen from JDG, both in draft and in the way we're playing. It's very dangerous for Jun to go in on some of these plays, because the babysitting that's happening for Ruler is very good.
His passive was available, but they could have set up for a potential kill if he got a bit of damage first before going for the ult. But either way, Drake coming up onto the map. BLG.
And Rel is a million times better than Jin Zhao in this situation.
They want to keep themselves alive in this series, and Assault would certainly do a lot of work in that regard. Gold basically even as the culling comes on through. Talia locks them in place. On and Shun on the wrong side of the players. Flash is for...
On isn't the one you want there, or I mean Bin isn't the one you want there, but that's all right. You tried.
No, and like you said, using the informational led destiny, using the zoning tool. Kanavi gets caught.
The problem is that split pushing here with the TF isn't really an option because he's losing the split push. So even though ideally you would like to be playing 4-1 right here with Twisted Fate. Oh God, scary.
What is that damage out from Knight? Kanavi barely walks away, limping through the jungle. As BLG, they take the Drake and with the fight simultaneously.
And this is where BLG's composition.
You have to be able to get the pick with the ultimate though. That's the problem
But preventing JDG
with Twisted Fate.
dramatically.
You know, they didn't get the pick with the Talia wall. They don't have a good use of Twisted Fate ult. So if BLG gets on top of the objective,
Good stuff from BLG.
it's very hard. You need to isolate somebody before that happens.
Objectives before JDG can turn up. Caitlyn wants to be able to set up that line of traps and play behind it. BLG doing exactly that, or at least trying to. TP in the mid lane here from Yagao. They're trying to brute force this tier 1. Look at the line of traps. It makes it so difficult for JDG to move in. Both mid laners TPing down just to make sure that this play can't happen. In the meantime chunked out. The very split in this play. Konami finds the angle onto the opposite jungler. Laser comes across the team, but it does no damage, and Knight is stunned up as well. All out comes from Finn, so Yaga will be traded, but he jumps into everyone on barely surviving. 1-for-1 somehow.
Just having the angle to get the all-out onto Yagao was enough to make the trade equal. If not, it could have turned into a potential Baron play. But now the posturing continues.
Guys, we're just going to ARAM this until the end of time.
Today has been a day of big Cassante plays. And Bin trying to live up to exactly that, finding Yagao, evening up the play. That was a shutdown as well. That went across the BLG. And this felt like such a messy start. I thought BLG were doomed on this one. Ruler kind of messed up the culling.
Yeah, Ruler able to connect up from the start, right? That would have been a kill. But this scrap coming out of nowhere, just for the threat on the mid lane. Certainly great bubble by Mission to set up for Konami to be able to follow through. But keep your eyes on Bin, who was waiting in the wings the whole time.
Yeah, this is...
Scrap coming out of nowhere.
I think Yagao, he needed to come off the wall earlier. Or he needed to come off the wall on the other side. Because remember, he can still shoot from the other side. But instead, he actually ends up getting trapped himself here and pulled back in. Nice job by Bin, though.
Fantastic stuff from him. And we are in, again, an incredibly even game state. 500 gold between the teams. It's the Drakes that are the big advantage for JDG at this point. And you can see Yagao's moved up towards the top side of the map. He's trying to get some pressure in the side lanes here. Look to be able to try and take some of these tier 1 towers. BLG have been doing an incredible job of maintaining their defense on these towers and pulling onto Konami. Feels like everyone's so tanky in this game.
Yeah, not able to connect any damage.
Do you think there should be items like, for example, Sunfire, which don't offer anything besides what their base costs and components offer? Are you... I'm not sure what the question is. Dom was talking about how such items are counterintuitive. What? Like how when you finish Sunfire, the only thing that changes is it scales when you're in combat with champions or big monsters? So you're saying, like, items should do something completely different or, like, have a unique passive when they're fully completed but not beforehand? Is that the argument? I don't understand the argument.
I'm pretty sure that hit 3 people and you can't tell.
And it comes up so often, too.
Shun, this is not the place to be. This is real dangerous. And he splits away. Sure that hit 3 people and you can't tell.
They see him going in with Q. What the fuck, Jun? What the fuck?
And it comes up so often, too.
Shun, this is not the place to be. This is real dangerous. And he splits away from the blast cone as well. Flushes to get the blast cone off.
They forced Flandre's flash, though. Wow, he got it.
Insult to injury here. It's BLG. They can run to the mid lane. They push that wave up. And now the wall of traps denies entry for JDG as well.
Should be able to keep the siege going, having those mites to work with, laying down the poke. And it is starting to stick. Missing might have the sustain there, but not going to be able to do much more. And this is such a
The only benefit is combining the item as 1 inventory spot instead of 2. It feels bad. I mean, there is an extra benefit, though, with Sunfire, right? It does do more damage.
This is such a tense game. Honestly, feels really hard for JDG. Even though Ruler got so far ahead, it still is. This is definitely threat. Has the last whisper as well, getting some armor. But the flick back is there though. Huge pick. If they can finish these kills, Sean goes down. Bill Bin. Pulls Konami over the wall. Bill and his mate Fred fighting in the back of the pit. Is there though. Even though Ruler got so far ahead, it still is. This is definitely threat. Has the last whisper as well, getting some armor. But the flick back is there though. Huge pick. If they can finish these.
Nice flank on Jun.
Bill Bin pulls Konami over the wall. Bill and his mate Fred.
Thank you, Kanata, for converting your Prime sub into a tier 1. I appreciate that.
Just a jungler pick for JDG.
Bill does not come out the victor in the end. But JDG...
The optimal way to build is to go Bammies into Rookerns or Bammies into Frozen Heart. Yes. Instead of completing Sunfire. Yes, true. Sunfire offers so little on its own compared to Bombies plus other items. Feels like items such as Bombies or the new Banshees item are awful to build and counterintuitive. I mean, I guess. I don't really care. Just don't build them. Like, what? just learn that and don't do it? Flandre gets hit by a Lux Q. He has Ghost, so at least he gets away. He actually does quite a bit. And it allows... Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? He literally mind-controlled them into chasing him. Instead of them just... I mean, I guess they decided that because Jun was dead, that they had to turn on this engagement because they don't have a smite. But, like, why are we starting Drake then? Why are we starting Drake? They just gave up Soul. What are they doing? What are they doing?
Bill does not come out the JDG.
Like, they literally lose Jun and then rush here because they have TP and they think they can burn it. But there is a Twisted Fate with ult up. He literally pops his ult right there to get vision, so they know exactly what he's doing. He can actually... He knows where they are, so he can just TP right over. They don't have jungle. They don't have jungler. They know Yagao has TP and wall. This is like the dumbest Drake play ever. Against TF ult and Taliyah ult and Taliyah TP. Like, just wait until Jun comes up. Like, if they just wait...
Yagao and Flandre kind of running it down in a way actually opens up for the hoodwing of a
No, they didn't run it down. Like, that was the right play to do. Because as long as they could get the jungler in there, they secure the Drake because it was started. This could have been a 2-0 for BLG. They just waited for Vi to respawn, I think.
This is a difficult one. JDG, they want to push in, but I think they realize this is not a fight they can win, so they settle for a mid-tier 1 instead, and they give over the Baron to BLG.
Still, though, mid-tier 1, they have Mountain Soul. They're going to deny some more gold with these camps. This is going to be so fun to see how the next, like, minute or two plays out, right? Because you now have the fighting power of Mountain Soul versus the pushing power of Caitlyn with Baron. But yeah, Yagao and Flandre wanting to get in here a bit early, I think, to kind of lock them down, hold them in place. But it just gives BLG 3 kills, great binding from On. But the fact that the rest of JDG runs up to just finish the Drake, brilliant.
Fantastic stuff from JDG. Great decision-making in the moment.
Kanata, thank you for the bits. Last Free Nation merch when? Yeah, we'll get on that eventually, guys. It's really just like the global distribution that is difficult for us.
But can we add like a third Nexus onto Summoner's Rift and just have like a 3-way best of 5 between BLG, Tez, and JDG? And by best of 5, I mean like a best of 10. And yeah,
We do have a pretty great logo.
The rest of the season.
Let's just replace the league with just those 3 teams fight.
Let's actually just get rid of Summoner's Rift altogether and just actually love mixed market.
Dominion is the answer. I'll tell you what. Dominion of the mid lane right now belongs to BLG. You like that segue? And does finally finish the tier 1. Let's look at the siege potential with this Caitlyn. You just shred through.
What happened with Elephant and ExpressVPN? Oh, we're still talking to them. Don't worry about it. I think they'll be coming back. Thank you for using the code. I appreciate it.
Flandre's going to do so much work as an ADTF and split pushing. He might be able to match this push if no one goes to quell his push.
Yeah, Finn is toying with the
G2 plays side lanes on the new map better than Asian teams. I mean, I think G2 is a legitimately good team. And I do think they are very good at split pushing.
There goes the tower. BLG needs to be cautious. Flandre still on the top side of the map right now. This might be an inhib that they lose. He didn't commit to pushing for the inhib because he thought Min was going to recall. But he was baited and outsmarted. Inhib down. BLG find another advantage. It felt a little dicey at times, but they've done it.
Right, it feels like that trade could have gone even if Bin would have completely gone back and showed on the wave with Flandre to go for the Destiny. A little bit hesitant. I think also a little bit scared, which is why that Destiny came out so early. Maybe just to make sure that no one was already starting to move over. So now, slight favor to BLG, but JDG, you're going to have the soul going forward. The Baron, not there now. You don't have that same pushing power, and JDG might be feeling a lot more willing to look for a scrap.
I feel like this is going to end in one massive fight. It might start with a pick, it might end with a pick, I don't know, but I reckon this is all about to kick off because Drake is going to spawn onto the map once again, and it'll be Elder. That's not a fight that either team could afford to lose.
No, and we can see now. I mean, BLG trying to get vision control, but at the same time, TF is like the ultimate vision control cheat code champion with his Destiny. Not up just yet. Terminus now picked up.
Kanavi just does not take damage from this squad at this point. The amount of time he's been CC. Oh, big dive.
What?
He's gone too deep.
Just yet. Terminus now.
Why would you go in like that?
Kanavi just does
He literally makes himself less tanky. Wait, maybe it was an accident. Hold up. Oh, he actually thinks he's pushing him this way, but because of the flash, he ends up going into the enemy team. That was a mistake. It was because of the flash. Nice job. Nice flash by Kanavi.
He needs to reset. He can't be a part of this play. And Elder spawned onto the map. This is a bit of a disaster. For the side of
Need to buy
BLG,
time.
Kanavi moves in, takes a massive chunk. It's not ideal, but that Mountain Soul is paying dividends for Kanavi.
Now the flank gonna try and come through for Bin. They might be able to isolate him and could turn into a 1v5.
Not again. The wall comes out from Yagao to keep him in the play. El takes half of his health. Oh my goodness, this is so tense, Lyric. Setting up now for the Elder Drake. As Knight forced to flash.
It's crazy this game has gone on this long.
Uncharacteristic mistakes from BLG. They are feeling the pressure. And JDG.
You know, if there hadn't been the early game whoopsies and then that weird soul fight, like BLG made a lot of kind of strange decisions this game, and they're still almost winning. Flandre again on the flank, gold cards Elk, but he's the only one there. Oh, that's huge by Yagao. Huge play by Yagao. Huge fucking play by Yagao. Look at this. He has vision too, so he's able to just get the flash WE over the wall. Holy shit. Massive fucking Talia play by Yagao. Massive. Holy moly.
Still alive, trying to stay in, range of the dragon to try and go for a steal. But ooh, JDG actually at the back because of the large wave of minions in mid lane. Because of that inhibitor that got taken earlier.
And not to mention, Shun was the survivor on the side of BLG, which means they can't just go for the Elder because he has a chance of stealing it. Absolute chaos in the river.
Yeah, and I mean, I love how decisive JDG are going to be here. They actually bring Flandre, which is kind of crazy to me, but they're using him as bait for Yagao. That seismic shove was game-changing. It guarantees that JDG wins.
Yeah, if Yagao doesn't do that, I think BLG just win this game.
Already moving into the Elder.
El caught out by the seismic shove and the gold card. Fantastic bit of play coming out from JDG. The spiraling despair nearly one-shot the whole team, but now it was just a fraction of damage away. Elder down to 4k. The wall in the way. Shun can't even get in and gets caught anyway. Forced to flash now. The knockup comes out from the wave. They're not going to chase for anything.
All right, so surely this just translates into Baron, right?
Can you
Go for it, Baron.
right away?
Yeah.
And now they can start looking for the play.
Can I just take a second? It was going to be anticlimactic. And with these double bombs,
This game was actually very exciting.
perhaps they can push in. The Mountain Soul has
really. I'm a bit surprised when Weaver's Wall used there of all places. Just considering the strength that JDG have. Maybe would have saved that one for this.
Damn, really so good at Lucian. It's crazy. Even in these games where it's been, especially game 1 was very rough, but this game's still difficult to play Lucian, and he's doing a great job.
So they can get themselves the bottom side inhibitor. They try to move into the mid lane. Bin is desperately trying to hold the wave, but he won't be able to keep it held for long. And that'll be the mid tower taken down as well. Still 10 seconds on Elder Dragon, and JDG know it.
Looks like Flandre
is the only one that does any damage to Kanavi at all at this point. The Baron's still in play for another 30 seconds. A tidal wave used, missing. He's caught out there, but somehow surviving a long time. Kanavi pulled underneath the tower here. Damage out from Knight. Spiraling Despair on the front line here. Has been desperately trying to get away himself. He's pulled back into the fray. 1-4.
We saw luck.
Just trying to threaten, but won't actually go for anything. Quickly mentioned some back door. Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna see this replay.
They are funneling a lot of gold.
Opening the
This game is going to be decided over a red.
one person being picked off every now and then, but the strength to hold down the fort is really strong. Now we're fighting over the smallest thing.
This game is going to be decided over a red buff as Kanavi goes for it.
Oh.
Oh, the blast cone doesn't work. I think that was the bugged one. He wasn't stood in the middle, was he?
He wasn't. It was bugged.
I think that goes for it. This game is going to be decided over a red buff as Kanavi goes for it. Oh, the blast cone doesn't
He was right on the edge of it.
I think that was the bugged one. He wasn't stood in the middle, was he?
I'm not quite sure, but yeah, not going completely over. But like you said, this could end at any moment when you have Flandre here. Destiny was used to get to the side of the map.
And there it is, Smolder's mum back in the scene. And BLG,
Elk finally full build now too, so gonna have the damage to be able to answer hopefully.
They're still dealing with supers in the base right now. Knight has TP, but they're gonna be too late. Elder is already probably going to, I can't even see the health bar, but you just know he's going down. 8K is Shun desperate to get into the play, but he can't dash over the rocks. 4K on Elder. They forced BLG away. 2 Elders back to back for JDG.
2 Elders and probably 2 Barons here as well. Oh. Isonias. Alright, now we go to Baron. So we get Elder Baron twice in a row. This game has been so hard to close out. Holy moly.
This game, it's looking like just a matter of time.
Rocks. The same story. If Finn goes in as well, he's just not tanky enough. There we go. He's got to try. All out comes on through.
Alright, there we go. Finally. Holy moly.
Had to try something rather than just bleeding out to these Baron minions. Here we go. Shot down onto Flandre, but the rest of the team are just ending the game. Ruler's on the Nexus. Kanavi buying space, but Ruler wants more kills. Ruler wants to fight them. Wow,
okay.